So there's just different things I do, like I'm a heavy marketer of what I call the during unit, when you are doing the transaction.
Uh-huh.
So what I do, I mean, this is not related to this,
Right.
but, you know, what I do is when I do a credit app, you know, on the phone, I'm immediately ordering either Sherry's Berries, or depending on where they're at, or if it's in Seattle, I have, what's it, Treetop Cook, they hand deliver the cookies. So it just depends on where it is. And then if it's a purchase, what I do is 5 days after that, I have a custom printed moving box kit I get from BizBox. And it has like my mug on there, and I have me holding the cookies. Do you guys ever remember, they're not around here anymore, but Cookies by Design?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I used to do the A36 houses, you know? So it's a picture of me holding the houses cookies like this. And it's on all the boxes as compliments of, you know, Nick Cricky, 1-800-0-DOWN. And so if it's a purchase, like I said, pull credit, berries go out 5 days later, the custom printed moving thing goes to their work. 5 days later after that, I have a moving day survival kit, what I call, that goes to their work. And then at closing, I have a custom printed doormat that I send out. So those are like the monetary things that I do during the thing. And I try to send out 2 personal acknowledgement note cards. I just have yellow cardstock, bam, bam, 4 pieces. Thank you for, you know, getting the paperwork so quickly. You know? And I kind of cheat on those too a little bit, because I handwritten a whole bunch of different, like all my different compliments that I would do with my handwriting. And then I bring it to the copy place.
Yeah.
And then they make copies of it, and then they cut it. So I have like these shelving things like of the different kinds of thank yous, and it's
Yeah.
all in my handwriting. So the only thing I have to do is write their address on there,
Right.
and then just like bam.
Awesome.
So it's personal touch and being lazy. But you know, that's it. I'm always looking. You know, so that, like I said, that's separate from this. But the thing is, people, when they're talking about what they're doing, it's when they're doing it. People don't talk about buying a house a year later. They talk when they're, oh, we're going to make an offer, you know, all this stuff. And that's when I hit them hard, and I dump them, fill them with sugar and cardboard boxes. And I'll tell you what, that thing from the BizBox, that is the biggest, most obnoxious, that is the best $10 shipping. It is ridiculous. It's like, if it came into your line, you guys would be like, what the hell is this? It's like, oh, that's, you know, it's huge. I like to give them things that are like bulky, you know, not like, you know, little cards, gift cards.
That they'll throw away probably.
Yeah, I don't know, I want to, if they had a gift card that was like this, I would.
Like those big old checks.
Yeah, you know, something like that. So that, yeah, I just do different things
It's a
like
check
that.
for your house.
Now, what if, sorry. If you're on a lot of loan officers when they're getting started in the business, new, or maybe they've been around for a while, but they don't do a ton of volume like you're doing right now. So they can't necessarily afford the overhead that you're running. Now, granted, the phone calls don't cost anything, but the thank you cards, the boxes, all that stuff, that's gonna be separate.
If you're dead
Is that
broke,
stuff that you
don't worry
adapted?
about it.
Right.
Just doing this here,
Yeah,
you could build a excellent business just doing this.
and then you can start incorporating those items as
If you
grow.
want to.
Right.
You don't have to.
Maybe you want to eat the Sherry's Berries. You don't want to. I don't want to share. It don't matter.
But how much business would you say you get from doing that? The little, just the personal touch things.
You mean like the berries and the
Yeah,
boxes?
the gifts, the berries, all the different.
You know, I gotta do, that's another thing I gotta do, tracking, you
It's
know.
probably impossible to track.
What's that?
It's probably impossible to track. To
No,
know.
it isn't. You just have to, you know, like every Friday I block out time to work on my business, you know. Again, if it's sunny or there's a lot of new snow, maybe, you know, who knows. But that's to work on my business, not in my business, you know. And I block that out on Fridays for 5 hours. And then that's it. So if I want to work on something, it's like, oh, USDA is changing their areas, I better change my USDA autoresponder with new maps, or, you know, it just depends on what it is. And I'll do that when I'm working on my business. I'll give myself a deadline. I'll say, what can I get done in 45 days or less, committing 5 hours a week? What can I get done, you know? Because my biggest problems early on is just, you know, spinning too many plates at once and, you know, have like 50 things halfway done. And that is zero, you know. I had to go to decaf, I think, or something. But But yeah, this here, this could be your start and end to an awesome mortgage business. Because these are, you know, it's just, it's, I don't know, it's just really weird. It's like the perfect storm. It's like I get the best leads, you know, the best intros. I mean, just everything about it, you know. It's the best of the best and it costs zero. It's just that time and committing to it, to your daily schedule. Like I said, this is, after my team meeting, these are my first calls. And they're the best.
I'll only ask one question. I won't have to ask you 30 questions like
That's
you. I just sent you a friend
I just
request.
plan on doing it.
I thought, I'm just gonna Google you and find your Facebook page. So your Facebook page is all about the fact that you're a lender, right? It says Nick Krikke, your home loan friend,
Yes, sir.
right? I specialize in letting friends know I care about them extremely often and when they least expect it. You have your phone number, your trusted friend in home loan biz.
Yep.
So your Facebook page is all about what you do.
And then you see my big obnoxious
Yeah, it says fun.
cover picture up
Yeah,
top there.
yeah, well, you're on the beach, what beach is that?
Which one?
Well, you're
You're in
pointing.
the ocean.
You're at the ocean.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Beach.
at the ocean.
Yeah. You're
No, I
pointing-
meant the cover photo where I'm holding the cookies.
Yeah, from Nick, yeah, it's
See
pretty
what
good.
so what does that say on my cover photo?
It
Well-
says, imagine how good you feel when your friends thank you profusely for introducing them to us because you cared enough to notice they needed your help.
I can't, it doesn't show fully on my
You have
on my
to click
phone.
on it.
Oh, yeah.
You click on it.
Click on it, yeah, and it'll
Oh,
blow
there
up.
you go.
Red.
And then you click the forward to your database thing.
Now you're gonna
Oh,
get
I
help.
died.
Hey, Ed, maybe if you
So I still have the 4 here, Levi. I didn't
Where's
see
those
that- I didn't
dogs?
see that button. So you, I mean, this is really all about what you do for a living, but you have your friends, and I'm sorry you're friends with Rick Kadar. Do you know who Rick Kadar is?
I do.
Okay. You know what he did for a living for years?
I don't know.
Leave that alone, but anyways, it's fun. So you, I mean, from your Facebook, I was a Facebook for my personal life, you know, for my family and my friends, and I've never
Mix the two.
mixed the two. I always kind of felt, and this is just my personal opinion, that my Facebook page, as I've evolved in getting to stay in touch with family and friends and past acquaintances, to be honest with you, I don't like it when people that I know put out on Facebook, you know, hey, you know, I'm home on a Saturday, I'll take you on application, or I do.
No,
lunch
I don't do
with you.
that.
You know,
How many likes do you get for that?
Well,
Rates are low.
I've never-
Crickets. Crickets.
Nobody's looking
I've
at
never been a
yours.
fan of that, simply
No.
because I feel like you're begging, right? And even though
Yeah.
you're trying to show people what you do, but what I like about your Facebook page is they don't, like you say, you don't send out messages, but the message is clear, but it's still you.
If they come to
Right.
me, and Facebook kind of put the smackdown on me because they had it where you could put in a middle name. And I was
Yes.
Nick, I was, what was I?
I have a
Nick,
middle
home
name
loan.
still.
your home loan
something.
friend. I think I was like Nick, your home loan, my middle name was your home loan friend or
Cranky.
whatever.
It says that on there.
Well,
But no, but
in
I
the
say
name.
on your
In the
name,
name.
like when you would
Name.
post. So I could be, you
My middle
know,
name's on mine.
I could be, yeah, but then they said, oh, he's a home loan.
Oh,
You
it's
know.
like a business thing.
you
Okay.
have in parentheses.
But I could have said like I was part Indian, like you have the Indian names, like home loan friend. I could sue for discrimination. But,
What I like about, yeah, so this is very obvious about what you do, but it's still friendly enough that you are who you are.
so what I did on that, when it had it, is like say, you know, come into election year and someone's like, Bernie Sanders, I'm like, he's a bum or whatever, like, but it says, I could have fun and talk smack, but it says, you know, home loan friend, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, you know, I don't know, talking about loans and things like that.
I was
Or
gonna ask
having
if you
links.
started your throat punching service yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
One
You
of the
know,
things that we do is we send out these Facebook posts that you got a loan done, and it has a picture of the house, and it congratulates them. I really like that, and I always share that, and I always like everyone's post, and that kind of spreads that, you know, news that Ed Round's got Joe Blow a home.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. Do you do that at all?
well, like if you know, when I do accept your friend request,
Well,
like
if you
you'll
do,
see,
yeah, right.
no. Well,
rep.
so what I do also is I send out what's called an evidence of success postcard, but I also use it in Facebook. Like if you go through my cover photos, I'll usually post it there, so. And I don't do like testimonials, I try to like tell people's stories so that like if you have a thing like, oh, Nick was the best, or Nick was the best, or Nick, you know, it's like, oh, what does this one say? No, you know, Nick was the best, or something. So, but I try to
I see one.
talk about, like the one that was like, the single mother, is that the one? The single mother, who I should probably.
No, this one's from actually a real estate agent, looks like.
Oh, I do have some testimonials in there, but, so anyhow, the evidence of success is like, you know, me telling a story of that someone was in. Like, you know, the single mother thought she had bad credit, but she didn't, or something like that, you know, and then I kind of tell her story.
To
And,
give someone else hope that there's an option.
Yeah.
well, yeah, well, it was just like this example was, you know, and I do this so that when people read it, that they can find themselves in the story.
Right.
You know, or someone they know.
Relatable to them.
Yeah, you know, because like I said, Nick's great, Nick's a great loan officer, whatever, you know, bleh, you know. But if something like that, it's like they say, oh, that's me, you know, or that's so-and-so, you
But
know.
you're telling the story more from a perspective of the challenge
Yeah.
and that they overcame it, not patting yourself on the back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Hey, I
so,
got this person through, they were 5 years.
well, but I try to, well, yeah, I try, you know, obviously we can't, there's certain things you, and I use, you know, different names to protect the innocent or whatever. Melba, I helped Melba get a loan. But like say in that situation, you know, she had been turned down by a few different places, and one of them was a manager at one of the branches that I had worked with, the company I worked at. And I could tell like it was getting to her, like, oh, well, you know,
Here we go
like it
again.
was beating her down, you know, it's just like, I'm not good enough to get a home loan, you know? And then it just tells like, oh, what I noticed is this, and we paid this off, we waited 30 days, and now she's, you know, owns her own home, and she, you know, proved that she is, she proved that she is good enough to get a house to, but I said, but most importantly, she proved to herself that she was good enough, you know? So kind of like a slice of life, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing like that, you know, heartfelt-ish as much as I can. And I always probably put in there like, yeah, she was referred to me by so-and-so who referred, you know, another, you know. So there's a method to the madness. But yeah, I don't do Facebook posts that much about like loan products or rates or, you know,
Yeah,
it's just, you know, I don't know.
That's good stuff.
I'd rather do something that risks a defriending, but at least there's interest, you know, so.
Eddie? Going back to your Ford technique, do you find it kind of uncomfortable, or do you even ask for maybe a referral at the end of a conversation doing that at all?
No.
No?
Well, like I said, the law of reciprocity, they want to give it to you. They want you to. But one thing too is like I said, being an active listener. You know, you are gonna want to train yourself to be more of an active listener of when people are talking about certain things. But don't ask for them at that moment, like, unless it's, like I said, they usually, they will bring it up. But make sure that you are keeping notes, and maybe you can follow up afterwards.
So if they don't bring it forward, do you ask for, do you use well, do you know anyone that could use my?
No, I don't do that. I don't do the, do you know, it's, if it's something that is coming up, you know, like I said, I've trained myself so much to be listening for that, you know. But again, you know, like I said, that whole voice talk of theirs, like, oh, yeah, you know, when they're double tasking or whatever, that kind of voice, they're searching their brain
Help you.
to, yeah, because they go, gosh, Nick, you called me.
Yeah.
You know, I better, you know, give them a check for $4 grand. Or whatever. But literally, that it is. They will bring it up, and that's the beauty of it. It is just like these calls are just like the no pressure. You know, I don't know. It's just like I said. It's like I said. The first thing, my greatest discovery. You know, and if I
Because
didn't,
you're not soliciting, you're just
Right.
talking to them, and you may not get that phone call, but maybe the third, fourth, fifth
but
call.
I tell you, there's a
eventually.
lot of calls I do, man. Like I said, it isn't like a. It is. It's just like a. I don't know. Cost zero, best leads. You know, best framing of you as this great person. You know, I don't know.
And it probably makes you feel better to have happy conversations in the morning.
It is like I
And not
said,
so.
it's like if you're like the flower delivery guy, you know, it's like everyone's
Happy to see you.
Yeah, those are happy calls, you know, and it sets a great pace for the day, and you know, and it puts money in the bank.
All right, any other questions?
I got one last question.
Yeah.
So are you filling out your new hire paperwork? I mean, we'll let you start in May.
Well, as long as, you know, I can print out so you all can sign up under me. And so, we'll get that database going pronto.
You can work that department out.
I'll give up 10 bips.
We're doing 350 bips alone, so, you know.
Quit saying that.
Well, that's as the branch as a whole, so, of which I am the branch manager. That's just a different thing as far as how I price things and stuff.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Nick, thanks very much.
Thanks, Nick, appreciate it. All right, thank you guys. We'll be hanging out here for a couple
Right,
minutes.
your realtors.